Hey guys, thanks for being here today. My name's Tammy. Today I want to share with you my process for master batching my bath bomb mixture. So it's been well over a year that I've been doing this, and I have found that I will probably never ever go back to any other way of prepping my bath bomb mixture. So I did a live last winter, I don't remember when guys, but it wasn't my best work here on YouTube. And I didn't really get a lot of views on that, and I'm actually not too mad about that because it really just was not very good. I thought that since there wasn't a lot of views on there and I really don't want to promote it too much, I thought I would just share a video with you guys on how I master batch, and then at the end I'm going to show you one quick round of bath bomb making just to round out the video. So if you're interested in how I do this and how I get all of my mixture ready ahead of time and then go ahead and use it, stay tuned. There's about 2 of the 4-pound boxes of baking soda, maybe just a little bit extra that I had left over in one. So there's about 8 to 9 pounds of baking soda in my bowl here that I went ahead and pre-sifted. I just find it easier to do that. So now I have like this, I don't know, it's like a 2-cup measuring cup. Is it 2? Yeah, it's a 2-cup measuring cup. I got this from my father-in-law when he passed, and I just love this thing so much. I have 14 of these freezer bags, and I have just sandwich bags inside. Guys, I don't wash these out. I just think that, you know, it's just powder ingredients, and I don't want to introduce water to this bag because when I've tried that in the past, even just for my home, it felt like they never dried. And so I just leave well enough alone and I don't wash them out. My recipe has 1,342 grams of baking soda. So my batch never changes. I always use the same size batch. This batch holds 1 ounce of fragrance oil, and I'm just going to fill her up. I don't know how many I'm going to get in these 2 bags or 2 boxes that I put in here. Okay. And then that is over there. I just assembly line it. I do pre-sift this, so it goes into the bag sifted. I do not have to sift it when I go to use it. They can sit on my shelf for months and months, and they're still fine. I never sift after this moment. So this is the last of my baking soda that I had in boxes, and I like to do my inventory. So when I want to know when those are up so I can update my inventory and make sure it's accurate. If I'm a gram off here or there, I don't mess with it. It's fine. A gram is not going to make or break the recipe. This one already has the powder in it, and that is because I had to steal the baking soda out of this bag. I'm about 150 grams shy of having this in here. So I'm going to set this aside for a second, and I'm going to move on to something that's a little bit silly, guys. This summer, I thought I was going to be very clever, and I put blue baking soda in the sunlight. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to have a secret color baking soda, bath bomb or whatever, you know, and it's going to look white and then it's going to be blue, and it's going to be like this magical thing that would happen. The problem with it is, guys, that it didn't really fade. It didn't fade like I wanted it to. I mean, the top layer did, and I stirred it a little bit, but it's just been sitting there for several months. So I am going to go ahead and put this in a bag and just make a blue bath bomb with this bag. So I don't know why I thought this was a good idea. And then I got to thinking that, well, gosh, when you add the liquid, it's going to turn blue. So it's just so funny to me that I made this silly mistake and thought I was being all clever. Not clever at all. So this baking soda and this tray has been on my back counter for way more months than I care to admit. Apparently I didn't need the tray too bad. Okay, let me just take this and make this, what is it? 1342. Blue. So this is going to go in there, and I'm going to put this on the back counter, and this is going to be the first one I use tomorrow. I'm going to make a blue bath bomb. All right, so now I am going to sift a good number more of my baking soda because I'm going to fill up all 14 of my bags. I'll bring you back when I'm done filling up all of my bags. I didn't share this with you, so I thought I would share it now, is I actually sift my baking soda on my washing machine in my garage. So I put a towel down over the washing machine and just do all of my sifting of the baking soda on there. All of that dust just gets in the garage, and then, you know, whatever. I don't care about the garage. It's not like one of those really nice garages, so it just makes it stay a little bit cleaner in this room not to have all of this dust all over the air. So I'm going to do one more box and then we'll go from there. And so then I have my baking soda tote here that I am going to go ahead and add this in, the last of that box. Anytime I need baking soda, this is where I would go, but I've been out for so long that I've had to steal from my bags. Now I need something a little bit smaller to hold my smaller bags. Let's see, a little sandwich bag. And then I just go on with filling this up with the rest of my dry ingredients. So I'm going to get all of those ingredients out. My SLSA is empty, so I need to go get my bag and fill this up and get my face thing on, and my battery is going to run out, so I'll be back in a minute. Before I turned the camera on, I went ahead and filled up my container of SLSA, and I went ahead and weighed off my 37 grams of SLSA in every single bag. And I did that just because I was wearing my protection and, you know, can't talk through it hardly. So I just went ahead and got that all done. Filled my SLSA back up, so now it's ready for my shelf. Took that mask off, and it's in the air, guys, so it still is kind of harsh. All right, so let me get these things ready. And we're just going to carry on. I think I'm gonna I can't remember if I strained these, honestly. Kaolin clay's a pain to strain. Actually, let me see what I have here. 25 grams. Let's just test it and see. I think it's kind of a pain to strain. And I don't think I mess with it. No, I don't. I don't mess with it. I think it's just a pain. Maybe it's just my strainer. And then my cream of tartar is 54 grams. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. Okay. Close this up. Put it in here. Close this up. This is ready for my shelf. I can't talk. And I just keep moving. Keep plugging away at it. 54. And I have to look at that 50 times because I will not remember from one bag to the next. You think I would eventually get it. So, I don't know. Maybe an hour, hour and a half of work for me to do. Ended up being like 15 bags. That is just worth it to me. These 3 are going in the back because I know these 2 are from my previous baking soda, and I want to use up my ingredients in the order I get them. I'm kind of like I have a thing where rotating and using oldest first is almost a detriment to me. I'm not even kidding, guys. It's kind of ridiculous how I am with that. But you know, it's not, I guess it's not a bad thing, but it's it's almost like a obsessive compulsive where I want to use up, I want to take out the copy paper out of the machine when I fill it so that the old paper goes on the bottom. That's how bad I am. I stopped doing that because the girls at work were making fun of me, but I still want to every time. I still have that urge to take that paper out of that copy machine so that the old is on top. Ugh. Alrighty guys, well, that's it. I'm done. I'll take the camera down and I'll show you my shelf behind me, or behind you, so that you can kind of see what I've got going over there. It's kind of dark, but there's most of my bags up there with my other like base things. Like that's my orange sugar scrub base that I have, Wonder Bar, my bath whip that I make. A few bags right here just because I may go ahead and just use those this weekend, and I don't want to fight putting them on the top shelf if I don't have to. There's my shelf, guys. You don't see that very often. I changed it. I got my essential oils down here instead of on the top of my fragrance oil shelf. My essential oils used to be on the top. So, looks nice, I think. I like it better this way. And then just because, why not, that's my tray of card diffusers right there. And all of that I need. Glass pitchers, and then some salts and different things. Just give you an eyeball. This is what the room looks like. Is a mess. So guys, before we ended the video, I thought it might be fun to just watch me do a real quick batch of bath bombs with my Masterbatching mix, so I can show you exactly how that works for me. I'm just going to make a simple lavender. So I take my bag out, and then all I have to do is dump this in here. Now I will say, my recipe is a takeoff Jerica Zimmerman. When I went to the bath bomb press, I had such a hard time figuring out my mixture, my ratios, what it was supposed to be, how to mold it. I really struggled for about 2 months with this thing. But thankfully, Jerica Zimmerman really came through for me, and so this recipe is just a takeoff of that one. So I'll link her down below too, because she has a lot of bath bomb videos on her channel if you're needing help. All right, so I'm going to make a half batch, so half lavender and half white, half white, half lavender. Guys, color theory is not my thing. I really struggle with color theory. Blue 1 and red 28 will make a lavender, but it's really deep, and I don't want a very deep color. I want it to be more of a lighter lavender. So I may just use less of that. I also have this sheet here, and I have a color wheel here. I mean, I have everything I need. I just need to figure out how to do it. So I really like red 27 and blue 1, and that's like a 2-to-1, red 27 and blue 1. So I'm going to try that. I don't have glasses. Yeah, I do. I need glasses. Oh gosh, but I don't want to put very much in here because I want to keep it pretty light. I'm going to do one of these, and this is just a nip. These little measuring spoons are handy. I got these on Amazon. They're just really handy, especially for these little things. You couldn't weigh this small amount and get anywhere with it. So I really like them for this, and I use them all the time when I'm doing bath bombs. So that was half a nip. And I actually will write that down on my piece of paper so I know what I did. And then just, I don't want much of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of water in here, just one of these. And I'm going to just get this started mixing and dampening this a little bit. Maybe I'll move the mixer over for a second. So I will. Hang on. I don't know if you'll be able to see much, but... And while that's doing that, I'm going to go ahead and weigh off my other wet ingredients, which I need my scale for. All right. I need 7 grams of my shea butter. I just put some in this little dish so I can work in this little dish instead of a big bucket. I'm going to microwave this and get it melted. I'm going to go ahead and add in my rest of my powder ingredients. So this is that kaolin clay, SLSA, and cream of tartar. And so I'm just going to store my empty bag inside my other bag. So that was 7. I'm going to put 8 grams of poly, 80, 11 grams of my avocado oil. I just have these in these bottles, and it just makes doing this so much quicker and easier. I highly recommend getting you a couple bottles. 25 grams of my 99% rubbing alcohol, or 24 grams I should say. And then I'm going to put in my lavender fragrance oil here. Now, so this weekend I'm working on using up all of my little bottles. So that is just a little tester bottle I got from the Flaming Candle. It smells lovely. And get this poured in. And I'm going to turn this up a little bit. And I'm just going to take my hand and clean off the sides and the bottom. This mixer, I love the size, but it doesn't always get that edges very well. I'm also going to get the rest of this in here. So because I'm doing 2 tones, 2 colors, I'm going to pour all of this in my glass bowl here. 1538. 769 is half of that. Alexa may have had a part in helping me with that one. I'm going to pour this in here. I'm just getting every little bit out of there that I can. And this is going to go on the back counter in the KitchenAid. So now I'm going to get my citric acid ready. So I have a huge tote on this like little dais over here on the other side of the camera. And so I just put citric acid in a big jug here and I fill it up every time. So for my citric acid, I need 903. The back counter looks very, very blue. I mean, it looks really blue too. So I'm going to pour half of this in here. How blue it is. That's supposed to be purple, guys. I'm going to have a blue and white lavender bath bomb. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little bit of side-by-side situation going on here. And the reason this is helpful is just because I can pull and weigh at the same time, because I do weigh all of my bath bombs as I make them. Uh-oh. That didn't work. Let me get a bowl. Let's try that one. Nope. It's not wanting to stay. Or when I first started using the press, this is what I would run into. Huh. Okay, that one worked. I haven't had trouble with this like this in a really long time. What's my humidity? 42. Pretty decent humidity in here. Let me go back over to this mixture. All right, I'm going to try to salvage this mixture, which means it's not going to be blue and white or black, purple and white by any stretch. I mean, it really doesn't feel too bad, but it is a little lower in the humidity than it was yesterday when I was working in here. That feels really good. Maybe it just needs to be really good and mixed. Feels good. I don't want to add too much water. All right, let me try. Let me see if just mixing it. That looks nice. Okay guys, it's mixing or molding fine now. It's one of those things that I've learned to trust my instincts, and you know, trusting my instincts when it comes to bath bombs does not come easy to me. I have had a lot of turmoil when it comes to bath bombs over the last 8 years. And I've given up several times over the last 8 years. Twist, upside down, tap, comes right out. So I grab it to where it's loose and I sprinkle it in. Poke my hole, sprinkle some more. I kind of level it off a little bit and then I add a little bit more to the top until I hit about 6.15 or 6.10. Just like that. If you have a certain way of master batching your bath bomb mixture, let me know. I would love to read and maybe learn from you as well. It was one of the things that really took me to doing it this way, is just keeping that mess down. And when you want to try to master batch like in a big bucket, I've never done that before, but I have heard that the powders weigh so differently that eventually gravity will take hold and it will separate. So you really have to stir that bucket powder up very, very well before you pull from it. And that is messy. So my whole goal is to keep my room as tidy or as clean as possible while making one of the absolute messiest things I make. I mean, there's nothing I make that is more messy than bath bombs. I hope you had fun watching. Again, let me know if you have any thoughts or comments or suggestions, and then we can all learn together. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys. Thumbs up if you liked the video. That really does just really drive home to YouTube to push me out to other viewers, and it helps me grow my channel so much more than just about anything you can do for me. So thumbs up if you liked it. It's just a quick click and it really means the world to me. Commenting also means the world to me, and I love to read comments, so please do that as well. Subscribe if you haven't already. There's all my pitches. My pitches are done. I'm done. See you next week. Bye.